So does the largest mall in America live up to the hype? Let's go. So you saw the footage. The Mall of America is definitely the largest mall in America. It was built in 1992 with more than 2.7 million square footage. And this is just a retail space. It's not including the amusement park. It has over 520 stores, around 60 restaurants, and its own amusement park by Nickelodeon. And this amusement park is the largest Nickelodeon park with 24 rides. It also has a Sea Life aquarium. And you can't forget about the Lego store, the M&M store. A lot of movies were actually filmed here. And one of the ones that I recognized was the movie Jingle All the Way. I think in the movie they had this toy store, but now it just has a game store. And they also filmed in the city too, downtown Minneapolis. I was asking a Lyft driver just some questions about the area, about the mall itself, and they said if you live there, you never hit up the mall because there's just way too many people. And I was asking him, why is the largest mall in America in Minnesota? And he was thinking maybe it has something to do with, it could be because he was saying he thinks that the first mall of America was in Minnesota. I don't know if that's true or false, but I did find that interesting. But I think the honest answer is because they just had an opportunity. Because at the time they had this old football stadium, and when they took it down and put the stadium in downtown, they had all this extra land. They also have comedy clubs, arcades, and mini golf. Each level of the mall is just around a mile, and there's 4 levels. And I know this for a fact because since I was there, I had my Fitbit on, and every day I had way more than 10,000 steps. So I was proud of myself. The Mall of America hosts more than 400 events per year, ranging from concerts, celebrity appearances, and fashion shows. Each year, 40 million people from around the world visit the mall. And you know, I just happen to be one of them. And for some reason going into this, I thought I would have been the only one. And as soon as I walked through, maybe because it was a Saturday, it just felt like I was at freaking Disney World in New York City. There was way too many people. I was like, what's going on here? And it's just good to know I wasn't the only crazy person going out my way to go to the mall. The mall generates nearly $2 billion each year for the state of Minnesota. When the mall first opened, it had over 300 stores and nearly 10,000 employees on its first day. A little annoying thing, or maybe it's a positive thing if you really like this store, is that they had duplicate or sometimes triple the stores. I can't tell you how many Claire's I saw. But on the other hand, they also had a lot of Lids, and I appreciated that. That was cool. They had a Macy's, obviously, and it was on every floor. They also had H&M, and it reminded me of New York City because sometimes you go into these big flagship stores, there's actually escalators inside the store to take you from one floor to the next. The mall was really clean for the most part. I didn't see that much security, but obviously they had to have some surveillance going on. Honestly, I was there for 3 days and I still didn't have time to do every little thing in the mall. I can't say right now if I would go out my way again to go back to this mall, because at the end of the day, it was just a mall. To be honest, one of my favorite experiences was the food. I mean, like I said, they had 2 food courts, 50, 60 restaurants, and I tried new restaurants I haven't tried before. I always heard of Benihana. I ate there on the first day. Was a little disappointed. I think P.F. Chang's is better in my opinion. Second day I tried Wahlburgers. Now we all know Marky Mark. We know Mark Wahlberg and his brother, and I think they have a show. But eating at this restaurant was pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I love the menu. It's your typical American style, but it was just great service, fun atmosphere. They had his posters on the wall, but the food was really good. And then they had the Rainforest Cafe. I haven't been there in years. That was a cool experience. Nothing pretty much changed from when I was a kid. The layout of the mall was a little confusing at first because since it's so large, you're walking straight and it gets to a point where it's like, okay, is it ever gonna turn? Like, I feel like it's like an endless walk. But then when I looked at the map, it's kind of like a big square, and your feet are definitely hurting by the end of the day. I mean, my plan was to go there with $300, and I kind of went over that, which should have been expected. But if you have kids, I think it would have been an even greater time because they had the amusement park, and I just think the kids would have loved it. I would say they had rides for adults too. They had a decent roller coaster and these crazy rides. But I think if you have kids or if you are a kid, you would probably enjoy it way more. I feel like technically there's 5 floors because in the basement or the bottom floor is, I think it's strictly the aquarium. I didn't go to the aquarium because the Sea Life brand, I already experienced that in Orlando, which was pretty cool. And then you have the 3 floors, which is just shopping, and they're all the same size, the same length of the floors. But then the 4th floor is a little smaller, and I think it's only because that's where they have the big events. They have like the comedy clubs, they have huge arcade. They had this cool place you could see from the footage where it's like a fair thing where they had fair food, axe throwing, arcades. They had cookie shops, popcorn shops, cotton candy shops. Overall, I would say I had a good time and that this experience was a vibe. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you want to see more, just subscribe. If you want notifications for new uploads, hit that bell icon. Also, if you could share this video with your family and friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.